Hello and welcome. Today I have a very good horror film to talk to you about. It was made in 1981 and it was directed by Tobe Hooper, who was most famous for directing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. Well, he's the first one, I think did he do the second one? I can't remember if he did the second one, I think he did. Anyway, he directed those and he also directed Poltergeist, Salem's Lot and several other things, like he did Life Force as well. Anyway, this film is this one. It's called Funhouse, or The Funhouse. It actually says The Funhouse on the side. I don't know if you can see that there. But on this front cover, it's got several different covers on the Blu-ray that you can change around and stuff, like a reversible cover and that. But this one just says Funhouse Carnival of Terror. And it stars a famous character actor. He's in the film, but he's not the main actor. It's called Kevin Conway, and he plays the barker at each carnival ride in the movie. He plays all different parts with different sort of disguises on, like I don't know if he has glasses, but like beards and things and hats and different outfits and everything to make him look a bit different. And if you don't know what a barker is, it's basically the guy that's in charge of each ride at the carnival, and he sort of talks, trying to sell it to the customers. On a mic with a loudspeaker, enticing everybody to go on the ride or see the freak show or whatever. So he's in it, and the lead female actress is an actress called Elizabeth Berridge, and I've personally never heard of her before. I only know her from this film. I haven't seen her in anything else that I can think of, but she's very good in the film. And the film's basically about four teenage friends who spend the night inside the funhouse, and they end up being stalked by this hideously, horribly disfigured, deformed man. And so things don't go well. But it's clever how they get into the funhouse. They basically go on the ride. It's a bit like a ghost train type ride, where you get in a little seated train thing, seats in, and you go through the ride. And what they do is they jump out the ride halfway through, and then they stay inside until the place closes, and spend the night in there, you know. But things don't go according to plan for them. And I must point out as well, Elizabeth Berridge has this little brother, a little kid, and he follows them all to the funhouse without them knowing. And he's sort of sneaking around in the carnival, trying to find them and stuff. He does track them down, and he knows they've gone in the fun house. But he's sort of sneaking around outside the place. Not he can't actually get into the fun house because it's locked up when it closes for the night. Anyway, there's all that going on, and the kid keeps bumping into like scary characters at the carnival rather, and getting frights and stuff and running off screaming and stuff. But anyway, when they're in the fun house, they're sort of upstairs, and there's this room below the floor, and they can see through the floorboards. And the fun house has got this, it's sort of run by the barker, played by Kevin Conway, and there's this guy who turns out to be, some spoilers here by the way, the guy who sees everybody onto the ride, who stands in front of the fun house, is wearing a Frankenstein mask. And this is the guy, you find out later on in the film, this is the guy that's horribly deformed. And he sees people onto the ride and that, and sees them off the ride when they come back out again and stuff. But anyway, when the place is closed, they're looking through the floorboards as they're inside the fun house. The people below don't know they're in there, and they can see them below. And there's this fortune teller in the film, played by Sylvia Miles. And by the way, I just learned that Sylvia Miles sadly passed away this year in June. She was 94 years old, I believe. I think that's right. Anyway, she plays the fortune teller, and she does a very good job at it as well. And the fortune teller is going to perform some sexual favours on the horribly deformed guy, but at this point you don't know he is deformed because he's still wearing the Frankenstein mask. He doesn't really take it off much. and he's got all this money that he's going to pay her with, and it's in a metal box in the cupboard in the room, and they're watching all this from upstairs, the people hiding in the fun house. And basically, I should give this bit away. Anyway, she performs whatever, the sexual favor on the guy, and he gets angry because it doesn't go according to plan, doesn't go very well, and he starts freaking out, and he ends up killing the fortune teller. So now the four friends in the fun house are freaking out, they don't know what to do, because they're now witnesses to a murder. And later on in the film, they drop a lighter through one of the gaps in the floorboards when Kevin Conway's in the room below, and he now knows that there's somebody else inside the fun house. So now they're all in trouble because their lives are in danger, because obviously he now knows they've witnessed the murder, and they have to get rid of them because they will be inform the police or whoever and tell them who did it and everything. So that's how they end up being stalked by the deformed guy is on the Internet Movie Database. He's on the cast described as the monster. So basically it's the monster that's now after them in the funhouse. And they're all terrified and everything, and then to add insult to injury, one of them decides to sneak into the room downstairs where the money's hidden, and he sort of takes the money, but he doesn't let the others know he's took the money. He pretends that he was just going to check to see if the fortune teller was actually dead, like properly dead, properly dead, that doesn't sound right, does it? And just making sure she is actually dead for real, so they don't know he's got the money. Anyway, I'm probably giving too much of the film away, but anyway, the film is very good in my opinion. I enjoyed it a lot. I watched it the other night. It's got a great atmosphere, and it's got a great music score by this guy whose name has escaped me right now. It's John Beale. Somebody called John Beale. I've never heard of him before either, but it's a great orchestral score, and it sounds really good. It really suits the film well, and it's quite a big score, if you know what I mean. It's like it really envelopes the film. Like it's hard to describe, but it really sets the film off well. It helps create the atmosphere and everything really well. Keep the atmosphere of the film and the carnival and everything. It's really well done, I'm surprised he isn't more well known, because I've never heard of him, like I say. So anyway, this film was really well directed by Tobe Hooper. And Tobe, in case you don't know, Tobe Hooper sadly passed away a few years ago. For those of you that may not know that. Yeah, so he's no longer with us, unfortunately. But he did a great job on this film, and this is another Arrow release, as you can see there. And this film, like I say, this Blu-ray comes with different covers on. So it's got this cover here. This is the cover that was on the original rental VHS when it came out in the UK. I remember that it was definitely this picture. And this cover that's on the back, I've never seen this cover before, to be honest. That's a new one to me. Still a really nice picture, like it's good artwork, it's really well painted and drawn and everything. And inside you've got the usual really good artwork on the disc there, as you can see. And you get a few odds and ends inside. You get this little booklet here, which has got that same artwork on. And here's inside of the book, some nice photographs and information about the film and everything. You can see there's another poster for the Funhouse with the picture of Kevin Conway. It's in there as the barker, one of the barkers. And there's another I think these are posters for the film. I'm entirely sure, to be honest. And well, there might be them little cards that went underneath the film posters at some of the cinemas. You know, the little lobby cards, I think you call them. Might have been off them, I think. So that's quite a nice booklet. I'm not that into booklets, to be honest. I'm not much of a reader. I like to watch the movies rather than read stuff most of the time, you know. But you get some decent pictures, as you can see. So that's the booklet, and then you get another double-sided poster like you get in most of these Arrow releases. I don't know if the poster's in all of them, but it was certainly in Vamp, which I reviewed recently. If you want to check that video out, I reviewed Vamp on Arrow Blu-ray here on this channel. So I'm just unfolding the poster here. Here's the poster. So that's one side of it. That's the picture that's on the back cover of the Blu-ray. As you can see, it's the exact same artwork. You can see that okay. And on the other side, we've got a different poster. It's a close-up of the it's a painting, but it's a close-up of the monster's mouth, as you can see there, and he's drooling. He does drool a lot in the film. I don't know if it's because he's just always hungry or whatever, but he does slaver a lot. He's got like big slavers hanging off his mouth most of the time and stuff. And also in the movie, the film starts off paying like homage to Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, with sort of a shower murder scene, like a mock murder scene. It's not real, like a spoof murder scene, where the Elizabeth Berridge's little brother is hiding. He sneaks into the bathroom when his sister's in the shower, and he has a mask on and a knife. And also pay homage, I don't know if they're paying homage to Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween, or they're just basically ripping it off, because the kid puts this mask on, and then you see the view that he's seeing through the mask. So you just see the black thing over the camera, and the two little eye holes as the camera looks around as he's going to the bathroom to pretend to stab her in the shower. So yeah, so it's quite an interesting opening to the film. It was there's a little bit of nudity at the start of the film where she's in the shower and stuff, not too much, but she was obviously okay with doing those nude scenes. Obviously, a lot of actresses obviously don't like to do stuff like that. They usually sign a contract where they don't have to take their clothes off and stuff. A lot of the big name actresses tend to do that. You know, they don't usually strip off, or they use a body double or something, like for the nude scenes and stuff in a lot of movies with where there's big name actresses don't want to, you know, take their clothes off. And you get quite a few extras on this Blu-ray, including an audio commentary. I'm not sure who it's with. Some effects guy does the commentary, and a few other people. And I think Callum Waddell is also on the commentary as well. I listened to one other commentary where he was on, and it was the commentary for the movie The Car. He was on with the director of that film. That was another good Arrow release. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything, I think. There's some great scenes with the creature. The makeup's really well done on the creature. And he freaks out a lot and he screams. And he terrifies the four teenagers inside the funhouse at various points during the film, especially the women. Like I say, I'm giving spoilers away here, but obviously when you go into this type of film, you know there's going to be a lot of like murders anyway, and he does sort of kill some of the teenagers and stuff. It doesn't actually show you him actually kill them. You do it in sort of ways where you don't see who's actually killing. Most of the time you don't see who's killing them. You just, like for instance, in one scene, one of the teenagers, just this rope suddenly appears and comes down and just sort of ends up around his neck, it lands on his head, and the rope sort of gets yanked up and he gets yanked up in the air and he's hanging, type of thing. So stuff like that, you know, it was really cleverly done. Like, I suppose some of it's a little bit far-fetched, but it works really well in the film, like, to be honest. Yeah, so anyway, here's the back cover. That's what you get. It's all the different covers you get. I'm not going to take the cover out on this one because I always have trouble getting them back in, usually getting them back in straight. But that's all the different covers that are on the reversible cover. That's what you get with the Blu-ray. So once again, Arrow have done a really good job with this. The transfer of the film is very good indeed. It's very bright and colourful, even though it's in the dark. The carnival's at night, by the way. They visit the carnival at night. And it's very colourful. There's a lot of bright colours. There's a bit of grain. There was one scene where I noticed a couple of scratches on the film print, but it wasn't too bad, you know. But it's a really good horror movie. I'm surprised it I'm surprised it isn't more well known, because I don't think it is that well known. Like, if you know, when you think of horror movies, you think of like Elm Street, Halloween, Friday the 13th, stuff like that. This one doesn't seem to pop up in most people's minds, you know, when they mention about favourite horror movies and stuff. But it's a really good one anyway, nevertheless. And I'll put the other cover in there. Yeah, that one's quite a nice cover actually. But I think I'll switch it back to the other cover actually. Because that cover is the original cover there. I knew it, I first knew it with this cover. Because like I say, it was on the VHS release that came out years ago on rental, because I bought an ex-rental copy of this years ago. And I think it was pan and scan, because back then when you used to like get videotapes, either if you bought them or rented them, the film was in CinemaScope like this one is. They used to pan and scan the image. They used to fill the full square image on your square TV, and they used to pan from left to right or cut from left to right to fit everyone on the screen and stuff. It was terrible, to be honest. So anyway, that's Tobe Hooper's Funhouse on Arrow Blu-ray. I believe you can still buy this, but I don't think it's that cheap, to be honest. But it's well worth picking up. It's a really good horror film. If you like horror movies, you should enjoy this one. Especially if you like stuff like Halloween and stuff like that, and other Tobe Hooper films, you should enjoy this one if you haven't seen it. So that's pretty much it for now. I'd just like to thank everyone for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell and the top option which says all. Then you'll be notified whenever I upload new videos. And don't forget to comment if you've got anything you'd like to say, and please could you share this video if possible. I'd be very grateful if you could do that. It would help me out a lot. So thanks very much everyone. Thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you all on the next one. So bye for now. Ta-ra. Take care.